morning. I'm Charles, the Director of Product of Management in Zoho. So Zoho was founded in the year 1996, a quick intro about Zoho. And we have about 55 plus business softwares. We call it as the operating system of business. So you have a business, you can run your entire operations by using multiple applications of Zoho. So Zoho division was started in the year 2004, and we have more than 55 applications. And we are about 15,000 employees worldwide with 2,000 partners of Zoho worldwide again. And we have over 7 lakh organizations using Zoho across 150 countries. And we have more than 10 crore users, end users using one or the other Zoho products. And we were the first self-funded, bootstrapped, privately held software company to cross $1 billion of revenue from India. We did this last year. So in spite of all these things, we have a very important or a key thing at Zoho. This is very important for us is privacy. It's close to our heart. Even when we started in 2004, this has been one of the key aspects for all the apps that we would want to do this actually. So this is what we tell our customers, that we don't own the data, but they do. And we will never ever sell customers' data because it is their data. And we will never display any advertisements to the customers, to our customers. And we will never do any direct or indirect. We will never engage, even in another division, we will never engage in an ad-based business model. And we will not use customers' data and try to get a revenue elsewhere. And also, we will make sure that we will not have any third-party trackers like Google Analytics or any other thing on our website. You can go to our website and check for a privacy report. It will say 0 trackers. So this has been our important thing all along these years of building Zoho. So this is possible only if we have to own the full stack by ourselves. So where we are not dependent on any other stacks, because that's how we will get the control. So all the applications that you saw are built on the same technology stack. So I'm going to quickly go through each of these stacks. So starting from the applications, and then we have the microservices that powers up the applications. Then we have the platform that powers up all these things. So usually when we talk about the platform, it's about the software, about the hardware, about the networking, and the data centers. So people generally don't talk about all these underlying things, and generally they say as a platform. But let's see each of them actually. To start with the data center, back in 2004, right, there are very few cloud computing vendors. And we didn't have much of any public cloud computing as well. Very limited. Even today, there are hardly 3 or 4 major vendors there as the public, giving public cloud support. So the convention was to go for you build any product on the cloud, you have to go and build on the public. But back then, we took a conviction. We were convicted that this is going to be for a long haul. And then we built deep technology expertise on the data centers. And then we built on our own. So today, we have around 16 data centers worldwide. And if you see in each of these regions, we have the disaster recovery data centers as well, coupled up with each other. And moving next is the network infrastructure. We own the networking infrastructure as well. So we have a dedicated Zoho acceleration network where it helps reduce the latency. And we also have monitoring networks. We have the point in positioning network, which helps in very less hops. Usually when it goes from a customer to your server, there are a lot of hops that needs to be done. And we have purpose-built POPs all around the world, which will help reduce these hubs. And moving next is the hardware infrastructure, where we make sure that we go down to the metal, like be it a load balancer or a firewall, or even if it is an application specific IC. So we have our own design of the system. So we basically, we have customized deeply. We have taken the Linux operating system and we have customized deeply and put it along with the hardware. And moving up the ladder, we have the software infrastructure. And if you look under the hood of a software infrastructure, so we have the database layer, which we have our own custom database with a unified data model. Because we serve business applications, we need a lot of data pillars for these business applications. Say like for a CRM, we need customers. For a HRMS, we need the employee data pillar. So these are the data pillars that power up these unified data platform. And these data pillars have to give a single source of truth. And these data pillars have to be interconnected with each other, which is why we had to build our own database. And they are all seamlessly integrated as a single unified data model. And then about the database itself, we have numerous custom database ranging from the columnar to time series and whatnot. So we have tons of customized database that is very specifically needed for each of these business applications. And note down that like each of these custom database are not only at the software level, but also at the hardware level, they are heavily optimized. And we have a unified file system that powers up our work drive that is also used across all these applications. And we have very customized application servers that gives you a high performance computing needs. And also to end up, we have the application firewalls, which is very customized to add more security. So that's up with the software layer. We also have our own encryption at rest. That's a very customized one. And all these things are homegrown. The point I'm trying to drive is that we are not dependent, or we don't depend on other vendors, primarily because we consider the privacy to be core of our DNA. And next, moving on to services, of course, we do a lot of services. There are tons of microservices that power up these applications, ranging from AI to audio video conferencing to the meeting bridge, the telephony bridge, and so on. There are a lot of services that we have, and that goes very wide and that goes very deep as well. And these things we are, especially on the AI front, we have a lot of patents that we have done and for the past several years. And one of the key important things that I want to talk about AI is that we make sure that we don't touch the user data to train the AI model so that another business user can make use of it. That is absolutely no-no for us. So, and also we also gracefully integrate with other GPTs so that customers can make use of the publicly available GPTs. And finally, coming to the apps. So all these things power up, and then the application layer sits on top of these things. So we have applications that can run a company, and you name a software category for businesses, and then we would have software for that. And why does it matter actually? Okay. So why do I have to, why is it that like we own the entire stack? It is because we want to make sure for the customer, we give a very superior customer experience. So how do we give a superior customer experience? We can give a superior customer experience by unifying everything together so that we build in a single stack. When we say it's a single stack, it is not a monolithic architecture. Of course, we have a very distributed, but then we make sure that the entire tech stack is owned by us. And then it also helps us to give a better performance because we don't have to rely on other people for the performance. So we make sure that we work on all these things by ourselves. And then we have a seamless integrations together. So if you are a startup, probably for MVP, maybe you can rely on the public cloud. But beyond a certain point, it is better to go through all these things and then build up on your own. So because if you are out for a long haul, this is really, really important. And most importantly, this ensures that we deliver a certainty for the customers. So because we control all the aspects of these things, tomorrow if something goes really wrong, then we own it up, we make sure that we give the highest priority, or we move up the resources and then make sure that things are up again. Okay. But if it were for a third-party vendor, then we'll have to rely upon them. Then everything goes for a toss, maybe a downtime or a performance issue or whatnot. So we are able to make sure that we deliver a certainty to the customers because we own up the entire stack. And coming back to the tech stack, we have something for the developers as well. The developers. So we have opened up the top layers of the stack for the developers, so that, and you have to note that all these things are purpose built for businesses, okay, for businesses, which means that we have the expertise, or we have the technology for the things that are very specific to a CRM industry, or for a manufacturing industry, or for any department, for a finance, for example, for a finance industry. So we have, since we have the business applications spanning across the organization, we have built that expertise, and then we have made sure that we are exposing them out for the developers on these top 3 layers. And we have the Pro-Code serverless development platform that we have is a catalyst. And starting with this software infrastructure, we have all these things that we have opened up, similar to, you can consider this similar to the AWS stuff. And we have the microservices as well opened up. And this is pretty much the architecture of the Zoho Catalyst that we have as a serverless Pro-Code development platform. Then we have another powerful low-code development platform, which I'm heading. We started this back in 2005. And as I told you, we have 55 plus applications for all the business needs. But then what if there is a unique need that needs to be built very specifically? Because businesses are generally very unique. They want to have that secret sauce within themselves, which are unique from another company. Probably that's what will give the secret edge, or that is what will give the competitive edge against the others. So if they have to build, say, a custom ERP for them, okay, what do we have to do? So we have made sure that we have abstracted all the layers underneath, from microservices to software to everything. And then we have opened up just the application layer in a very visual way, where you need to write a very minimal code in a very efficient and a very faster way. So in general, if you have to write a custom application, you'll have to deal through all these things, actually. You need to have, take care of the back end, you need to take care of the front end, and so on. So using Zoho Creator, since we abstract all these technologies, it helps you to focus on the business logic, and it lets you to write the code only when it is absolutely necessary. And it is for everyone. Even if you are a pro developer, it will make sure that it will help you deliver your projects very fast. If you're an IT developer, maybe you are swamped up with a lot of projects that you can't handle, and you can easily deliver the projects. And if you are a citizen developer, you can quickly empower yourself using Zoho Creator. And to summarize, coming back to the tech stack, we believe that all these things are interconnected, and they're extendable as well. And that's why we took this full stack approach. And what we hear from our customers is this, that there is a peace of mind, because we have heard that customers really are after us because we are able to provide this full stack approach, and we are able to provide them a very, very simple and an integrated way of the business applications. Thank you.